The story begins in 1944, during World War II, amidst the sounds of gunfire echoing across the vast Pacific Ocean. In this difficult and challenging battle, we meet a U.S. Navy captain named Ellis. His unit is under heavy attack by Japanese soldiers, but Ellison somehow escapes the attack and gets into a rubber dinghy, floating at sea for several days without food or water. The water led him near an island. Weakened by hunger and fatigue, but driven by an indomitable will to survive, his weary eyes looked at the island. He quickly got to the ground, pulled his boat aside and began to run for help. But what he sees accentuates the sense of isolation, with no human presence except for trees and rocks. As Alice went deeper into the center of the island, he noticed a church. As he made his way up the stairs to the church, Angela saw a Catholic nun coming out. Angela was frightened when he saw her. Alice, understanding her fear, raised her hand in greeting, saying, "Don't be afraid, I'm an American. You're safe with me." He calmly eased her tension and asked how many people lived on the island. "There's no one else on this island but me," she replied. Allison finds it hard to believe Angela's story. Angela takes her to her shelter and offers her food. He asks why is she here alone. She tells him that she came with a priest to help some elderly monks escape from the Japanese soldiers. But when they arrived, the Japanese had taken control of the island and had captured the priests. It was too dangerous, so Angela and the priest decided to hide. Unfortunately, the priest fell ill and died. She says that she has been alone since then. People at home thought that he was also captured, so no one came to save her. Touched by Sua's story, Ellison begins to share his own story. He tells her that he is a cultural powerhouse and that his group was attacked by Japanese soldiers and barely escaped with his life. After some rest, Allison wakes up from his nap to find Angela lighting a candle and praying. The two then go out in search of food. Allison picks a coconut from a coconut tree and throws it to Angela. However, they need more food, and they see a turtle in the sea. He cuts a rope and bamboo and climbs into the hole, and Angela joins him. They row towards the turtle, but it is not easy to catch it. Allison falls into the water, but with Angela's help, they finally manage to catch the turtle, and they take the turtle back to the island. Allison says, "We have everything we need on this island. We can survive even if no one comes to save us," and they cook the turtle and eat it. When Angela asked him, "Who are you going back home to?" Ellison told her that he was also an orphan and that he had been raised in an orphanage until he was 14. When he finished school, he joined the army to serve his country. Angela tells him that she is also an orphan. She had a deep faith in God, which is why she chose to become a nun. The next day, they see a Japanese fighter jet in the sky. Angrily, Allison quickly hides with Angela. He tells her that they must hide for a few days and shows her the cave he has found. Angela agrees. They spend the whole day there and then go into the cave. The next morning, they hear a loud explosion. When Allison looks outside, she sees Japanese planes bombing the island. Angela is so scared that she starts praying. After the bombing ends, they step out of the tunnel and see the total devastation. Their shelter and church are completely destroyed. Soon, a group of Japanese soldiers arrive to set up a weather station. When Allison and Angela see them, they go back into their cave and hide. As the soldiers swarm around, Allison waits with a knife, telling Angela to hide. Luckily, the soldiers return before they enter the cave. They finally get out, and Angela suggests that a nun surrender to the Japanese, hoping that they won't be hurt and that it will give Allison a chance to escape. But he rejects her idea. He told her that it was very dangerous and they could hurt her. They decide to continue hiding. That night, Allison sneaks out to fish and a soldier spots him, and Ellis quickly lies down under a rock and waits for the soldier to pass before returning to the cave with his fish. However, after Angela became a nun, she stopped eating meat. She would eat raw fish because there was no other food, but her body could not tolerate it, so she would vomit and sleep on an empty stomach. Allison sneaked out to see the Japanese camp. He covered his face with dirt to steal food so that they would not notice him. He sneaked into their camp and stole what he needed, but was forced to hide when two soldiers came to him. In the morning, when the soldiers were lined up outside, Allison hurriedly left with his bag of provisions. When Angela woke up, she was crying and thought Alice had died, but Allison returned safely. He told her where he had gone, but she scolded him for leaving without telling her. He promised her that he would never leave without telling her again. The next day, Allison gave Angela flowers and a comb, which made her happy. He asks if she is thinking about a normal life as a nun. Angela explains that she has not taken her final vows and that she has accepted the church's permanent decision 5 years ago. All of a sudden they hear a sound. Japanese soldiers are leaving the island. They are overjoyed that they are leaving. They find leftover food from the camp. Allison also tells Angela that he has been lonely all his life and has been through a lot of problems. But now he tells her that he is happy with her and wants to marry her. Angela is shocked and says that she has given herself to God. Allison is heartbroken, but he apologizes if he hurt your feelings. That night while eating, he finds a bottle of Japanese liquor and starts drinking it. Drunk from drinking too much, he mocks Angela's vows and likens her situation to Adam and Eve on a desert island. Angela runs runs into the rain and lies in the cold. Even if Allison wanted to find her, he couldn't find her. The next day he found her unconscious. As he tries to carry her back to the camp, he sees that the Japanese soldiers have returned. He takes her to the cave, and her condition worsens, and Allison risks his life to steal medicine and blankets from the Japanese camp. When a soldier sees him, Allison is forced to kill him in self-defense. He returns to the cave, changes Angela's wet clothes, and gives her the medicine. The next morning, when Angela regains consciousness, she asks him who changed her clothes. Allison also tells her that he has changed her. He apologized again for what he said last night. Angela accepts his apology, but suddenly, they heard Japanese soldiers shelling the area. Allison realizes that they have found the body of the Japanese soldier he killed. They saw that they were bombing the island again. She tells Angela what happened and is very sad, and she begins to pray for forgiveness. Japanese soldiers approached the cave and threatened to throw grenades inside if no one came out. Believing that their end is near, Angela continues her prayer. Meanwhile, a massive bombardment begins again. The Japanese soldiers also start screaming in shock. Allison realizes that the U.S. Navy has started bombing the island. He goes out to see American planes attacking Japanese positions. They are very happy to see the U.S. Navy, but there is one serious problem. The Japanese 4 big guns are hidden, and Allison realizes that the U.S. Navy will not be easy to land. Allison runs through the battlefield and destroys the guns one by one. Although he was wounded, he was able to save many American lives. The Navy stops the bombing and lands safely on the island. Angela goes out and starts tending to Allison's wounds. Allison tells her that it's time to say goodbye and we may never see each other again. Angela says, "Even if I don't share my life, you will always be in my heart." The American Navy also raises their flag. The Navy captain is shocked to find Allison alive. They thought he was dead. Allison is on a stretcher and Angela follows him. The film ends here. If you like our work, please like this video and subscribe.